I think it just takes a lot of knowing who you are. Before I became a WWE superstar, I was just me, you know what I mean? And whether I was special to anybody except to me and my mom, I don't know. But, that's how I feel now, and you have to kind of understand, the platform, the bubble that can be put around you. This is a very powerful company, a very, very powerful machine. So I think it's on the individual to understand, to keep that grounding, to have things that, keep them in place to where they can not become something that they're not supposed to be. And as long as I just continue to be me and remember, exactly where I came from, about 3 to 4 hours down I-10, a little beach town in Pensacola, I'll be fine.
And Roman, of course, we're here in New Orleans. This is going to be your 4th WrestleMania main event in a row. Does it get easier as time goes on, or is it even more pressure building finishing the show with shows?
For a long time, and I can't feel it right now, you know what I mean? If there's pressure, I guess you would say, it would come more Sunday morning, maybe Saturday night. But because we stay so busy with our schedule and stuff, that they just keep us, going and keep us on that treadmill, and you're just moving so fast that sometimes you don't have time to register the magnitude of some stuff. And sometimes I feel like I can let myself down in situations like that where I'm not living in the moment and I'm just, going from task to task, just trying to check stuff off and get it done and, make it work and get it done on time. But sometimes you have to live in that moment. And that was a good way to put it, and I never really kind of looked at it like the pressure getting bigger and bigger. But yeah, I guess you could say that. But I've always been one to handle pressure pretty good. I've experienced enough and had enough adversity in my life to know, that at the end of the day, as long as I have my health and as long as I wake up, this is the easy part. This is the fun part. So as long as you can keep that spirit and just remember what we're here for, essentially to put smiles on faces, it's not that bad, Probably, I think, I would say the WrestleMania 31 with Brock, just because, the only responsibility I had was stuff like this, you know what I mean? My daughter, she was already kind of older, you know what I mean? There was not a lot of pressure family-wise and, coordinating stuff. And, I feel like my life is a lot bigger now, and we have more people and more family, and I have more kids, and there's just things that are pulling me in different directions. But luckily, I've been in this situation before. So, but in that regard, I think just because, I was so tunnel vision in 31 to show that I belonged where I was and to get that respect off of the crowd, to get them to respect my performance, that took the pressure off of me there and made it just hey, screw it. It's Brock. It ain't going to be it ain't a chess match, We're going to go out there and hit each other really hard, and I'm okay with that, you know what I mean? If there's anything I can handle, is just going out there and being physical. So I've never, I grew up with the Usos, we used to beat each other up, all over the house. If we were being too rough in the living room, get in the den. Too rough in the den, get in your room. Break the bed, get outside, you know what I mean? We'd be in the pool trying to drown each other. Who knows, just crazy kids. So this is pretty easy when it comes to, other than the fact that it's going to hurt and I'm going to feel like crap, on Monday. Mentally, it's kind of stressless, because I know it's all going to fall on the physical. I think the advantages of wrestling with Brock is that it's Brock Lesnar, and people automatically are on edge because he has that, like you said, that mystique, that demeanor. They don't know much about him. All they know is that he shows up and pummels people, you know what I mean? So, which is really cool because when you have a guy like me who is constantly, just working his way through the ranks and just trying to, continue to either, get to the top or stay on top, it helps when you have competitors and opponents like that. Mountains to climb are always that's why me and Strowman worked out so well. But a guy like him, Brock is different than anybody else, though, you know what I mean? And he's done it, and I heard Paul Heyman say, he did an interview a couple of days ago, I think, but he explained just the old school feeling about Brock. And that's something I think we're all a little jealous of, you know what I mean? It's that mystique that makes everything so cool. And sometimes we can be a bit, available, and a little oversaturated and overexposed. But it's a part of the world we live in now, and I think Brock is going to be one of those last figures to be able to do that, which is really cool, and I'm glad that I get to tangle, take advantage of that and hopefully use that to my advantage.